Hey guys, this is Austin, and today I'm here with the next best tech under 50. The reason I use quotation marks is I have no idea what I'm about to take a look at, because our good buddy Mr. Savage Kenny has got the hookup. So, what is our first product? This is really fun, I'm excited. A Kindle Fire? I've done a video on this. I've done multiple videos on the Kindle Fire.
Well, you're gonna do another one.
Now, to be fair, this actually is a newer version. The last time I took a look at this was probably the end of 2015. So for $50, you were getting a full-fledged tablet here, and the newer version does have better specs. So this one supports dual-band Wi-Fi, quad-core processor, front and rear cameras, and the only real issue I had before was that the screen was not very good, but we'll see how it is. Also, I like how it comes in a little cardboard bag. That's kind of cool. So the Fire 7 is running a version of Android, but it has been heavily modified by Amazon. So when you actually take a look at it, you're not going to find anything like the Google Play Store. Instead, you're pretty much forced to use all Amazon apps, including their App Store, Music, and of course, Kindle.
Hey guys, this is Austin. Recently, we took a look at a $400 gaming laptop, but this...
So the speakers are not going to be anything amazing, but the screen is actually better than I remembered. So it is a 7-inch 1024 by 600 panel, but as far as the actual viewing angles and color and stuff, it's a lot better than you would expect for $50. So we try the camera here. Ooh, that's for $50, I have to hand it to Ken. The Fire 7 is not too bad, but what is up next? All right, we've got the Koss Porta-Pro Classics. So I've heard of Koss headphones. I've tried a couple, but I actually do not know anything about these. They look kind of retro though. These really cost $50.
Yes.
Okay, all right. They look, I mean, I'm gonna be totally honest, these look like toys. They're so tiny, they're so plasticky. I mean, but I will say I do feel like I've heard that there are some really good Koss headphones. They're cheap, so I'm assuming that's what these are. To be fair, they're very sort of 80s styled, so maybe they're just like, I mean, it does say classic on the box, so. You know what? These are way, way, way better than I was expecting. The Porta-Pros by Koss, I would never have looked twice at these, but the more I play with them, not only do they sound good, but I do kind of dig the sort of retro 80s styling. An Echo Dot. How much is the Echo Dot?
50.
Oh, again, exactly $50.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So inside, we have the Echo Dot itself, which, wow, actually, I didn't realize just how small this guy is. Ken, is there a secret Amazon sponsorship that I don't know about? The 2 of the first 3 products are available on Amazon. Is it almost like there are links below to purchase all of these products on Amazon.com? So the Echo Dot is a smaller version of the full-size Amazon Echo. Essentially what you're getting here is something that not only can play music and whatnot, but more importantly has Alexa built in so that you can do things like ask it questions, control lights, all that kind of stuff just with your voice. Alexa, Austin lights on.
Okay.
Hey! The only issue with the Echo Dot is that because it is so small, the speaker just isn't great. So sure, for normal use like being able to use voice commands, that's totally fine. But for listening to music, you're probably going to want to take advantage of the headphone jack on the back. Alexa, stop. The Echo Dot is a lot less expensive than the full-size Echo, and if all you're needing to do is a little bit of voice commands to say turn on some lights in your house, it is not too bad. But I'm curious, what do we have next? Another mouse? Okay. Oh, a mouse and keyboard. Okay, hold on. Okay, so how much were these?
50 each.
Exactly 50 again.
Yes.
This is getting slightly suspicious at this point. All right, so let's start with the Corsair M65 Pro. Now, if I remember right, when our $30 video, we took a look at a slightly lower end Corsair mouse. This, this has all the RGB apparently. So, first of all, I do have to say, I kind of dig the whole Stormtrooper vibe with the white and black. And at first glance, oh yeah, that feels good. Before we give the mouse a try, we also have the Aukey RGB mechanical keyboard. I feel like I'm sensing a trend here with everything being RGB. So to test our super cool new RGB accessories, we have to, you know, play an actual game with them. Immediately, I like the way this mouse feels. It's nice and precise. I'm not sure what the exact DPI settings are off the top of my head, but it feels pretty good. While you can save a little bit of money if you don't want the RGB, the keyboard itself does not feel bad. I really do feel like the difference between this and the actual Cherry switches is pretty hard to tell in normal gaming. If you want to upgrade from a lower end mouse, and especially a normal membrane keyboard, this is actually a really good way of doing it on a budget. But I think we have one last item to take a look at. Is this really the packaging? A Lumia 435. Why is it in this weird packaging? Did this like fall off a truck or something? So I've taken a look at a few Windows phones, but I don't think I've ever seen the Lumia 435. The first thing that jumps out to me, this is tiny. I will say I don't hate the design, even though it's definitely small and a little bit chunky. I kind of like the sort of matte white finish with the black front, but I'm not encouraged that this is going to be worth the $50. The bigger problem is that this is running Windows Phone. Now that's not necessarily a huge deal breaker. I mean, Windows Phone is still technically supported, but it is definitely not going to be as easy to have app support as say something like iOS or Android.
Hey guys, this is Austin. This computer is making me money right now.
You know what? Even though the audio quality isn't particularly great, that speaker actually gets really loud. It's rocking a 4-inch display with a resolution of 480 by 800. Now if that sounds like a spec straight out of 2010, you would be correct, but at least the panel itself is actually not too bad. It gets fairly bright, and viewing angles are acceptable for 50 bucks. This phone is really, really small, but it actually does work pretty well. And that's something that I've always really valued about Windows Phone, is that even on fairly low specs, it does run very smoothly. The Lumia 435 has a very, very impressive 2 megapixel rear facing camera, and I mean, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. I think it actually might be better than the Fire 7. I really want to like this phone, especially considering the budget price. I don't mind the design. It does feel unique and different. But for $50, I still feel like there are going to be better options out there. Sorry, Ken, 5 out of 6. So I'm curious, out of all this tech, what is your guys' favorite? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, links to everything I talked about in this video will be in the description. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.